two commenters have to say about the World Financial Group versus Dave Ramsey for financial advice? Well, we're going to talk about that in today's video, so make sure to watch it all the way until the end for more details. Hey, this is Lance McGowan with Essential Oils Me, and I got a reasonable and an unreasonable commenter on a couple of my videos with regards to World Financial Group or WFG, as well as Dave Ramsey. And you may be asking yourself, what does this have to do with your normal topic, Lance, about essential oils and natural solutions for health? Well, number one, it's important to know that health is wealth. Number two, I come across financial advisors when I used to go to networking events, and if you talk to anybody and start to gain more wealth yourself, they will start to reach out to you and figure out how you can allocate funds to minimize taxes, but also enjoy the finer things in life and improve your quality of life. And finally, number three, the top two objections I hear with regards to my essential oil business, as well as essential oil brands in general, are essential oils from insert brand here are too expensive or I can't afford them, with them being too expensive being the number one reason. And so it's important we know that, if something's too expensive, it's more about a value proposition or what we value, because a lot of people would rather spend more money on a vacation or Starbucks or the next Xbox or PlayStation instead of their health and minimizing expenses down the road, right? So we kind of kick the can of wellness down the road and worry about it when it happens instead of being proactive and having a natural wellness lifestyle. Before I get into the first commenter, make sure to smash the like button on this video if you've learned something new, found it entertaining, or watched it all the way until the end. This helps the YouTube algorithm share it with more people like yourself. And if you didn't like this video, which is okay, let me know what was incomplete or inaccurate in the comment section below so I can make improvements for the future. Now, the first commenter was featured on this video right here that I did, and they were more reasonable. And here's what they said. LOL. Dang straight investigation for reals! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I'm learning and staying strong to avoid the cult-like behavior, the lies, and the secrets I've come across. I truly believe in staying transparent, positive, and humble. My focus is to truly give back and to help as many people as I can about their finances. Now, I'd say this is the case for, almost every financial advisor or person that's an associate I've come across, is that obviously they mean well, they intend well, but sometimes things can come across as pushy or a little bit more forceful instead of building a relationship and helping people when they're ready by understanding their needs and goals. And I think that's a big thing. And sometimes things aren't a fit for a customer or business opportunity, and it's important to be able to walk away and still keep the peace or be respectful. They go on to say, not only do I want my children to understand the financial side of life, but to live it and pass it on to their children who pass it on to their children. So we're talking about generational wealth, which is something that I have not been able to experience fully. My dad passed away when I was 10 due to throat cancer and allergic reaction to chemo. He didn't have a will, and so all of my siblings, had to divvy things up in probation court, which was not fun. And so having a financial game plan, especially an end-of-life game plan, is very important, whether it's done with this company or you shop around and find other companies. And the best consumer is an educated consumer. They go on to say, I appreciate you, Lance, for sharing the pros and cons about this business. What you share is valuable to skeptics. Definitely always two sides, that's right, to every story. And that's something that I try to keep in mind, right? A more neutral aspect, because you'll get people who are either super for something, right? That they can do no wrong, it's just on cloud nine, right? And then you got people who are so negative, so skeptical, so doubty about whatever it is, and there's nothing you can do to change either people's minds. I think it's important to, come to conclusions slowly and hold on to them loosely, because we never know if more or more accurate information can come in. And that's how I view things. And when it comes to finances, this is really important too, because financial education is not taught in schools, whether it's, savings, whether it's minimizing taxes, earning income from white-collar type of jobs like doctor, lawyer, which is what my mom wanted me to do, or more blue-collar jobs like plumbing, electrician, roofing, or another aspect which is entrepreneurship and having small businesses that you can use to help people but also live the lifestyle you want. And so it's so important to understand all those aspects, right? Hello! But it's important to understand the pros and cons of them, because they may not fit for you or they may not be a good fit for you right now, and that's important to keep in mind. Now, at this point of the video, there's two different people that I'm talking to right now. If you're not already familiar, I'm with the company called doTERRA, and they are a network marketing company focused on natural solutions for your health. And if you're not in doTERRA, but open to learning more about how to become a wholesale customer or wellness advocate, then my Natural Solutions for Your Health book on Amazon has been specifically designed for you. Not only because health is wealth, but because investing in this step-by-step system will show me that you're serious about improving your quality of life and willing to take your health to the next level. Now, if you're in doTERRA already, then I've included other videos and book recommendations in the description area below when it comes to product education as well as growing your business. And if you're in WFG or you've taken Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University course, there's also other resources down there that could help you as well. Now I'm going to get into the second commenter, which can be found on this video right here, and then I'm going to get into some advice that Dave Ramsey gave and then let you be the decision maker on which one's the best fit for you. Now the second commenter was more unreasonable, and they said, you met 2 people out of 65,000. I would hardly qualify that as a representation of our company. We are licensed agents appointed with companies such as Nationwide, Fidelity, Pacific Life, and the list goes on. Do you think if we were a scam, these multi-million-dollar companies would appoint us to market their products? Question mark, exclamation point, ... Hey, there are many doctors that are bad doctors. So is with teachers, with retail companies, etc., etc. Doesn't make the entire profession or a scam as you so incorrectly characterize our business, clearly using deceiving words to get attention and views. Now what I'll say with this is that it's true. There are bad apples in any bunch, or there are people who are not good associates or good distributors in any company, whether it's network marketing or corporate or otherwise. If you've worked in any company before, retail-based or corporate or in the field, you know there's bad apples, right? May have been a bad apple, let's just be real. But at the same time, there are people who do good and want the best for their company or themselves or their family. And yeah, this person was clearly maybe only reading the title, and I did cover both the pro MLM as well as anti-MLM aspects of what happened with my experience with WFG, and that's why I try to present both sides, as the previous commenter acknowledged on a different video, because you get more perspective. And this person probably didn't watch the whole video, which is what a lot of people don't do. But yeah, if you watch the whole video, you'll see that, hey, I had an experience, it wasn't the best, but there's some learnings that I could have done better, and there's some learnings that the associates could have done better. And at the end of the day, that's the best we can do. Because we can't control other people, we can only control our own thoughts, words, and actions. This person goes on to say, we have products and services we offer our clients, which clearly does not characterize a scam. If you had a bad experience, I'm sorry about that, but I assure you, sir, with a lowercase s, I am that behavior represents a very small percentage of agents, and 100% does not in any way is indicative of what our company and mission stands for. You are clearly very crafty. Ooh. And we're not talking about arts and crafts here, folks. Where you want to seem like a reasonable person. In fact, your intention is clearly to bring an incorrect statement. You are sarcastic. You dorks the truth. I've never heard of that phrase before, but okay. Maybe it was a misspelling or a typo. But you cherry pick one person's wrong comments and make it look like everyone at the company is like that. Very sad. I've done videos about this with anti-MLMers, and if you've watched any anti-MLM video on YouTube, you know that overgeneralizations are being made all the time, meaning it's, they're using a focus group of 1, 2, 3, or 4 or more, and saying everyone, all distributors are like this, meaning they all push the, hey, you'll get a mansion and Ferrari and you'll get $1 million type of language by just joining our business and selling products, and it's a no-brainer. The products sell themselves, right? Or they'll make claims, not just financial, or with the health side, this will cure everything, right? Which is not true at all, because supplements just are an enhancement or supplement to your life, right? Your body heals itself when it gets what it needs and stops getting what it doesn't need. That's not in the conversation enough too. And so I think there's an ounce to a watermelon-sized truth in everything that's said, but it's important to have discernment, which is, being able to look at the truth from the lies. And yes, do I add an entertainment-like focus to my videos? Yes, because I think it's important to, not take yourself so seriously, but at the same time, present the facts, let people make their own decisions, and ultimately my goal is to help people make educated decisions, whether they're with WFG, whether they've taken Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University course, or whether they're against all of that and they're more anti-MLM or anti-Dave Ramsey. And so I think it's important to just come to things with an open mind and try to search for objective truths or objective facts that look at the pros and cons from both sides. And if you're keeping track, that's 4 different data points. That's pros and cons of the pro-MLM side and then the pros and cons of the anti-MLM side. So that's 4 different data points, most of which people are just kind of like, I just want to see the pros of what my side is and only focus on the cons of the other guys. You know, and it's just like, that's not really, you know, very good, right? That's not the full picture. Now we're going to get into Dave Ramsey's post. And I think it's an interesting one because after taking his 13-week course, which has been modified since I took that like over almost like 10 years ago, but I think it's important and it's something that isn't talked a lot about. And the 3 main principles in general are you want to build up your emergency fund, you want to build up your savings, and you want to have some type of retirement as well as life insurance plan. And I think those 4 aspects will help prepare you. Unfortunately, the life insurance aspect gets kind of, pushed above all the others when we're talking about people who are compensated for giving that, because let's be real, financial advisor isn't getting paid by you increasing your savings. They're not getting paid by you increasing your emergency fund, and they may get paid a small amount by you having a retirement plan through them, but really the money is in the life insurance. That's the IULs or the Index Universal Lives or the whole life or term life. And so that is important to keep in mind, and it's not to say that people should not be compensated, but it has to do with the term of capital efficiency, meaning where is my money or capital going to be most efficient in earning me the best return on investment or ROI? Is it in these type of vehicles such as life insurance? Is it in the stock market? Is it in bonds? Is it in real estate? Is it in a small business? There's lots of things that could be, money put, and it's important to, again, look at the bigger picture, both sides of the coin, which is what my videos intend to do. So I'll be referencing this Dave Ramsey post right here, which you can see right here, and this will just be what I'll be talking about. And so he said, a sinking fund is a way to set more money aside over time so you can buy something with cash. For example, saving $400 a month for 10 months to buy a $4,000 car. While you're working the 7 baby steps, use this method to save up for large expenses that you know are coming soon. People who win with money are people who have a plan. And I will add, if you fail to plan, then you can plan to fail. You may or may not have heard that before. And I like the idea of saving up cash so that you can one day pay off something that you need, maybe even want, in cash. And what I do oftentimes, because I have a good credit score and a positive credit history, is I will save up the cash, have that. I'll have a credit card that has no interest for a certain amount of time frame, or will give bonus or reward points or cash back, and I will buy something, boom, and so that, has that on my credit card with those bonuses or those, benefits, and then I'll pay that off within a week to a few weeks, so that way it doesn't even actually affect my credit, or I can push out expenses so that I don't have to pay it right now, but I can pay it a little bit later because I have deferred payments or 0% interest for a certain amount of months. And that's also building my credit, it's paying off my debt so I'm not a slave to the lender, right? But then I'm also able to meet my needs and my goals, or maybe even my wants, through leveraging other people's money, basically the banks. And so there's ways to combine that. Now, Dave Ramsey probably wouldn't approve of that strategy, but at the end of the day, it's still one that, hey, is meeting my needs and goals. It's allowing me to pay for business expenses and sometimes personal expenses, and I am not in debt for too long. Like, I don't like being in debt for too long in certain aspects. Now, if it's a house or a car, those are a little bit different. I know there's a student loan debt crisis going on too, which, that's a whole nother topic. But I do like the aspect of Dave Ramsey saying, hey, have the cash on hand. And that is really important because, a lot of people, the average American doesn't have like $500 to $1,000 in their bank account. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have a life insurance policy or one that's substantial, and they don't have enough for, future expenses. And so this is very important. And then when you combine this with the whole aspect of WFG, what they're trying to do is basically help families by creating more associates, right? So there's a business aspect and a commission-based structure with that, but there's also a financial aspect of, hey, there's insurance vehicles that could help you with regards to if somebody passes away, or maybe earn some money while that vehicle's in place. And the only thing I'll say, which is a summary of some of my other things, is you got to understand if there's an early termination fee or early withdrawal fee with these life insurance policies. You also have to understand what type of commission that person's getting. And then you also have to understand if there's any diminishing cash value, meaning is the amount of cash or money you have in there going to diminish over time because of some type of fee or some type of structure that takes away money over time. And a lot of associates don't know that, or they're not able to give you a clear answer. And so not moving on until you get a clear answer with regards to whatever company it is going to be very important. Dave Ramsey is an advocate of very much of what Primerica talks about, but getting term life and then investing your rest in some type of mutual fund or some type of fund where you can kind of set it and forget it. And then you ride the waves with the stock market by just continuously investing. That's a whole nother strategy, but all these ultimately could help you in your journey if you do your research and kind of use my videos as a stepping stone for more information. Now, before I end today's video, I just want to mention that the 2 videos on the next end screen contains more information, and you're really going to love them because they build on the video that you're watching right now. Click and watch them when they pop up, and I'll see you in the next video.